Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. Now, one of the reasons we come up with so many different videos and we try to show you how to use stamps in different ways is it might not be your thing, but it might inspire you to actually do something with a different stamp you've got and use it in a different way. And that's what we hope. So this is the design I've come up with, and it's on an A6 card blank. And as always, look, I've decorated the back. Now we have the gorgeous Lavinia stamp, which you can add to the back as well. And as always, some permanent stamping and some Posca on the envelope. Now this all starts, and I know quite a lot of you are conscious of card and the expense and also postage. So these are fabulous. It's a B7 and you get 20 of them. And again, I just think the white on white, no need to mat and layer. So again, it saves you that extra card, might just help with postage. And I love this white. As you know, I love a white banner, especially for a sentiment. And it carries on that lovely white border. So just little ways of, if you need to batch card make. And I'm thinking this, the general idea, what I'm hoping is you could mix it up. You could use different stamps, different colours. You could turn it into a birthday card. You could turn it into a wedding card, an anniversary card. I've used the Christmas charms here, but I'm thinking you could use the lovely fairy charms with the hearts on. You know, just, I'm giving you that basis, and it's really where you take it. So, as I say, such a small piece of card, but it's amazing how much you can actually get on this smaller piece of card. Oh, and I will warn you now, once you start, look, I just couldn't stop playing. I started introducing different colours and looking at my smaller stamps, especially the sets. We've got quite a lot of sets that have 3 or 4 smaller stamps on, and it's what you can do with them. I mean, again, my mind, I just kept playing and creating these gorgeous little toppers. So I really do hope you'll have fun and join me. Now, I'm going to start off with some Lavinia Low Tack Tape. And we've done this so many times before. And I'm just going to pop myself, just going to move. Now, I've had my mat a long time and I do clean it a lot, as you know. So I'm just going to go where I can see my lovely grid and put my low tack tape straight across. And I find it easier if I just pop it round the back. For me, it just works better that way. But we all find different ways, don't we? And when I was looking at my stamps, one of the stamps I don't use that much is the small branch. And again, this is the time to get those stamps out. So we're going to start with that and with the spruce. And this is going to be my deepest of my colours. And I'm just going to almost give myself some framework. And we're going to stamp this in the middle, up there. And then I just want the edge at the bottom. So I've got a scrap piece of paper, and don't judge me. I could have got a clean piece, but, you know, we're crafters. So you, like me, will have a scrap piece. And so I am using a scrap piece. Now, with the same colour, I'm going to come in with this lovely stamp. And this is on Woodland. Right, the name's come off. I'll put it in the description. Woodland something. How bad is that? Collection, Foliage, but it's fabulous. It's got this gorgeous, and I will add it in the description. So these look, and these are fabulous just for adding that bit extra. And often for me, it's these little stamps that we think what we're going to use them for. But now's the time to get them out and use them. And I'm thinking if we have this, we'll have one here. And it's lovely because I'm using the same colour, but I'm actually, because it's a fuller stamp, more of a silhouette, you get a much deeper, and I just think it adds. And if we put that one there, and we're just building up that lovely shape. So we'll have one at the bottom, but we'll just bring in the copy of paper. just in case it was going to go off at the top. And I'm just being mindful how that's looking. So we'll come in with the Christmas charm. And I got the idea for this. I was sent some gorgeous flowers and it had embellishments. And they were on stakes in the flowers, lovely baubles. And I thought, oh, we can almost make those ourselves. So I'm just going to have another one here. I'm just going to turn it round while I put another one. And I'm just being mindful where the base is going. Might actually have another two. I might just add another one there. Again, do you know what? It just shows you could batch card make these and no two will be the same. If you're anything like me, I get a little bit, I sort of change it up as I'm going. And I just want one at the base. Yeah, happy with that. Put that lid on. Now, I'm going to go for a different stamp now. And this one is from the Forest Moss. I know which one this one's from. And this is a silhouette. So, because I don't want it to take over, I'm going to go for a lighter colour. So, it's the Avocado. And I just want a bit more, almost colour in the background look. So, I'm just building up that nice arrangement. This is perfect for filling in any spaces. See how it fills in that space here? So I didn't worry before. Maybe just get the hint of a little bit on this side. Just the hint. Now at the base. And again, I'm just going to bring in my copier paper look. Just because I think we'll have one there. And I just want to be mindful it doesn't go above. Done that before now where the stroke's gone above and you think, oh, why have I done that? Yeah, like that shape. So we'll put that colour away. And then for the last one, this is gorgeous. It's from the Twisted Vine set. And I really want this to be sort of foliage in the background. So I'm almost working front to back. And I'm coming in with Sand Dune. Our lovely Sandra. And with this being a nice light colour, so if I show you, we can do first and second generation. And this will just give us extra shape to the design. And it just brings in another colour tone. And you see, because it's that lovely light brown, it won't take over from the design. If we want a little bit in here, look. If there's any spaces you've got where you just want that bit of foliage. So, for example, here, just next to that chain, there we go. So we can just build up. And we'll add a couple at the bottom here. Maybe just one more there. Right, let's have a look. How's that shape looking? Just a little smidgen. Just there. It's only going to catch it, but if it wasn't there, I would notice it wasn't there. And we'll give that a bit of a blot. Because I just want to add a little bit of background colour now. And for that, I'm going to come in with my elements. And I'm going to use the green sleeves. And I've gone for my mid brush. This is number 7, only because my number 9 is a bit large for the area I want, but my number 3 is a bit too small and it would be too concentrated with the colour. So it's like I always say, you will have the right brush for the right job. Now, when I put the ink on, I've mixed it in the lid. I'm going to start here because that's where I want the deepest of colour. And if I'd maybe got too much ink on, and a lot of you ask about this, if you always start here, we can hide it. If we had marks, whereas if we started over here, it wouldn't be as easy to hide them. And also, where I've got the most ink, it's going to be deeper. And as I use that ink up look and I've got less on my brush, I can then come out and I'll get a much fainter, much softer look. So can you see that? So again, in the ink, just mix it up in the lid, start in this point, and nice and gentle, and then up and round those lovely baubles. Or you could colour them in as berries. Last one, in the lid, and again, I'm going to start on the lovely masking tape, and then slowly bring that colour round that bauble at the base. And then I just want to check, and I almost get these two colours either side of that masking tape, so it'll flow nicely. So happy with that. I like that combination. Now, to add some colour, I treated myself at the Halaganza to a lovely new Wink Castella, and this is the green one. Now, I'd not had the green one. As you know, I've had the blue one for a while, and I've been playing with the blue one, look. But I thought we'd have a little play with green. And this has got the gorgeous ink, but also it's got that colour. So I'm just going to colour these. Now, if you wanted, you could decoupage these. Depends whether you like cutting out or not. I know some of you, it's a bit like Marmite, isn't it? Some of you love cutting out, some of you hate it. It is funny at workshops when I mention we're cutting out some of the crafters' faces, bless them. And I know now the ladies who, a few struggle with cutting out, so I'm very good. I cut theirs out for them. So we'll just colour that in. Now again, you could use your zig pens for this and then add clear Wink Castella over the top. I just think I'll go straight in with my lovely green. And then with, just check my pen, just with my Signo. Now again, this will show up better if you wait a little bit when it's properly dry. So maybe I'll just do that in a minute. Give it a minute to dry. We can add some of our lovely, this is the yellow sparkle. You know I have a thing about the yellow sparkle. And because I want the banner white, I want to do my sparkle now. And again, I'm being careful, look, to avoid the spaces here because I want those properly white. So I don't want my sparkle to go right across. So what we can do now is very carefully turn this over and take the masking tape off, she says. Now, if ever you're worried it's not going to come straight off, just get your heat tool, give it a little heat, and your masking tape will just peel off beautifully. And if it won't start coming off at the back, I could have just popped my heat tool on it. And we've got that lovely banner. So we'll stamp our sentiments and we're going to put the Just For You, and this is from the Heartfelt Verses. So we'll do that thing of our two colours. So I'll come in with the lighter green. So that's the Avocado. And then we'll add a little bit of the Spruce, just catching the bottom. And I'm thinking this would make a lovely card for if somebody just needs cheering up, or I mean, if it was for a birthday, you could even add Just For You on your birthday and then even add birthday wishes underneath. Just to highlight this bit a little bit, I'm going to come in with my pastel pencil and just add a little bit of the green just under where the foliage is there. And the same on the bottom, but I'm not going across as far because we've got less on the bottom. And then I'm just going to smudge that out. And that just adds a little bit of depth. But also, if you're not keen on that edge, it just hides that edge a little bit. So that was just my pastel pencil. Right, let's see if this is dry enough to... Oh, that's better. It's a little bit drier. So the white just shows up a bit more. It's amazing the difference, just the little white highlights. I don't want to overcook it with too many, but just a couple, look, just makes all the difference. And then lastly, we're going to add a nice little bow, and this is from my craft yarns. So I've just cut myself a piece, and I'm just going to make myself a little bow by making a couple of little bunny ears, one in front of the other, twist it round like you're tying a shoelace, and there you go. And then we can just manipulate it to the size we want. It was funny at the Halaganza, we were having a go at these. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. My tummy just rumbled. So again, I can decide what size. I think that's possibly the right size of bow. And then I'll get my scissors. And I don't want it to be too large because I want to still be able to read the just for you. I'm going to save that. That goes back in my bag. And I'm going to use my Bippity Boppity glue and just put a little bit under there. And then just pop that on, and that'll dries clear, and that'll hold that beautifully. But like I say, it's just a way of creating a lovely little card design and using stamps in a different way. I mean, what other stamps have you got that you could use? I love the little feather one. And I'm just thinking it's something a bit different. I mean, these could almost, you could make them into lights. I'm just thinking if you did a secret garden, they could be your garden lights, couldn't they? See, there's another idea. And maybe some hanging lanterns. Anyway, I hope you have a go at a card like this. And it's interesting, just have a look at the B7 size. So for those of you that like smaller cards, it's amazing how much you can fit on that piece of card. So you take care, have a lovely week, and thank you so much for popping in. And as always, if you have a go at anything like this design, please tag me in. I love it when we get to share our work and just inspire and also comfort each other. See you again soon. Bye for now.